Coming up on The Pressure Cooker, Kevin and Caprice discuss what happens to an emotionally torn promiscuous woman.
You married to a woman who's been traumatized, abuse, abandonment, whatever. When you're not around her for too many days, she has to entertain another man.
Later on, in the show, Monica will join us for the latest buzz on the street. Thanks, Kiana. Coming up later, we have news surrounding the turkey leg hut. Stay tuned.
Now I want you to tell me something. Why is it that when every time most women go through a horrible experience in a relationship, they want to turn to being promiscuous? Why is that?
Oh, you know the rule of thumb. Come on, Kevin. Stop acting like you don't know how it goes. Best way to get over one man is to get under another one.
All right. How y'all living, fam? We in this thing fresh, fly, ladies, fresh and fly. I'm your host, Kevin Carhe, and I would like to welcome my co-host, the gorgeous, the beautiful, the captivating, the elegant, the glamorous, the dating extraordinaire, the relationship expert, Miss Caprice Jones.
Thank you.
How you doing, beloved? What's going on with you? What's with you, sweetheart? What's with you? How you feeling?
Good. I just want to get into this and get into the meat of it so I can tear you apart.
Guys, we're not going to waste no time. We got a jam-packed show tonight, so we're going to jump right into this thing.
If you are traumatized, if you are emotionally damaged, you are promiscuous. And do you want to know why?
Dang. Why is that?
Emotionally traumatized people require constant validation from others. You married to a woman who's been traumatized, abuse, abandonment, whatever. When you're not around her for too many days, she has to entertain another man because her trauma dictates constant validation. And constant validation means I must have a man in my personal space. You ever date a woman who was crazy about you? She absolutely loved you, so you thought. It was really addiction.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
When you finally let her go, when you finally got her to stop stalking you, she ended up with another man like that. And your ego took a hit. You said, wait a minute. I know that woman was crazy about me. Climbed in my window, came to my, you understand? She was, she was crazy about your presence in her life. And the minute you distance yourself from her life, she found a replacement without a problem. Emotionally damaged people are promiscuous because they cannot go without constant validation.
Look like he confused. You know, he started out with emotional scorned women. And then it was people at the end. He got to make up his mind. Seemed like the brother might have had some hurt going on in his own situation.
Why is it that every time a man makes a video talking about emotional women that's going through emotional things or anything about women, he always got to be hurt?
Yeah, he hurt.
I noticed that's what you started out with now. Now I noticed that.
Well, you know, he just said your ego is bruised. Men egos are always bruised when women are able to move on quickly. But correct me if I'm wrong, men move on faster than women.
No.
Please.
No. Women, please. No. Come
on.
Man, hey, why do you think that it could be a year, 2-3 years from now, all of a sudden you be getting text messages from guys you ain't heard from in 2 years?
Oh, because they've already moved. Matter of fact, let me correct that. Men already have something on the side, so it's no need for them to move on to someone new. The issue is women go through depression, they go through hurt.
Men go through the same thing, though.
Excuse me?
Men go through the same thing.
I'm not saying they don't, but I'm saying 99% of the time they already got a replacement. He's already with her while he's with you.
No, the rule of thumb is this: women fall in love quicker than men, but they also can move on faster than men. It take a long time for a man to fall in love, but it also take a long time for a man to move on. Men don't
No.
move on quick.
Well, a man, it takes him a while to get over that hurt when he's been stung. But as you can say, in the video, he said she was able to move on quickly and he thought she was in love with him, but his ego was broken. That woman probably just was crazy after all. You ever think about that? He said she was stalking him, calling him. She probably was just crazy from the beginning.
I don't know, because a lot of times we'll get in a relationship with these women, or we'll have a woman that really is feeling us. She feeling you, she choosing you, and we think that woman gonna be with us forever. You may be stringing her along, you might not be feeling her at the moment, or whatever it may be. But so we tend to just brush her off, and chase after the women that the one that we really want. We chase after the one that we really want, and we just string her along just to pass time. And we think that woman gonna always be there. And it's natural to think that, man, she chasing me, man, she doing this, man, I can't turn without her. Every time you look around, she calling me 4-5 times, trying to set up this, want me to do that. And before you know it, one day, the good mornings, they slow down.
See what you just said? You just proved my point. You say he go after the woman he really.
I agree with you. Go ahead.
He already had the woman, as I told you before this all got started. He had her already. So this was just a size piece. Where you think that come from? We didn't create it. Y'all did. He had her.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. Well, I ain't talking about moving on from somebody that you ain't really into. I'm not talking about you got a 3 or a 4. And you talking about you trying to hard for you can easily move on. I'm talking about being with a woman that you really, really into, that you attach yourself to emotionally. It's very hard to move on. But I think he's talking about, the woman has been choosing him for a long time, and because as he mentioned, she feels like a stalker. Remember, he used those words. Oh, she feels like a stalker. And a lot of times we'll have a woman that really like us, and we consider her a 2 or 3, and she just constantly, but after she gone, for some reason, we tend to start, oh, I kind of miss her. Oh, I wonder why she ain't calling me. And because we think that woman, go ahead.
You miss the attention because she showers you with the attention and she plays to your ego. Remember, he said, my ego takes a bruise when she gone and she move on. But no woman is going to hang around where she feels she's not needed, where she's not wanted. We like to feel good. And if he ain't making her feel good, she's going to move on to Dr. Feel Good. Okay?
Yeah. I tell dudes that all the time, man. I say she's not going to hang around forever. Nobody's going to be mistreated forever now. Nobody. I mean, it takes some women, they'll dig you for a long time, man. I mean, she'll be all up on you for a long time. But eventually, even those type of women, they tend to fade away.
So see, that's the magic word, mistreated. And so when someone that she's been digging for a long time has now moved on away from her and not meeting her needs, she's now on a search to find someone that can fill that void, to make her feel good. And she might have to go through a few bad apples before she find a good one. You know how y'all are. You know how you men are. Takes us a while.
Yeah, because y'all like to get on the carousel. Y'all love to get on the carousel. Y'all love to get on the carousel. Love to ride the carousel. And you love to ride the emotional roller coaster.
Some of us.
No, I don't.
We like it.
I find very few women that don't ride the emotional roller coaster at some point. The ups and the downs.
I think all of us as human beings do it at sometimes. We just tend to do it a little more than men. But at the end of the line, a woman wants to be where she's appreciated and she feels good. And not all of you brothers are able to make us feel good. So it just takes us some time to roll around.
So do you choose a man by his qualities or how he make you feel?
Well, of course, quality stand, but if there's somebody that just has that ultimate it factor that makes you feel good in a way that no one else can,
See,
and
right there.
things, we might take
Right
him.
there. So I guess I shouldn't say qualities, I say character. But see,
Well,
that's what right there is what gets y'all in
character,
the most trouble.
you know, character is different. You know, a lot of times
Character is the most important thing.
we choose men sometimes based on, but you know, the initial, it's the attraction. It's that it factor, that dime wine factor. We have to be attracted to him for us to even get into him making us feel good. So under the contrary, we operate the same way as y'all. Initially, it's the way he looked. Now, if he says something real stupid or does something real stupid, we cut him out. Because see, a woman knows from the very beginning how far this is going to go with that man. Whether she going to sleep with him, whether she see him as a husband, as she see him as a boyfriend. Now, what she doesn't know is how he sees her.
That's true. Well,
Now,
sometimes. Go ahead.
I've heard, Kevin, that men know within the first 3 months. Is that true?
Man, most dudes know when they first see the woman. Most of the time, now let me stop. The older you get, the criteria changes. The older you get, the more life experience that you have with relationships, the breakups, the ups and downs, the smiles, the frowns, the experiences. You tend to be more tentative and more hesitant. You tend to be more tentative in how you choose a woman and more hesitant and how you get into a relationship with any woman. The younger you are, it's mostly just how you look, because that's a lot of things that's operating here. It's the validation. Can this woman validate me? For a lot of men, young men, women validate men more than men validate the woman. But as you grow older, the beauty starts to, I ain't gonna say it doesn't carry as much weight. Now it still carry a lot of weight now. Go ahead. Oh no, it do carry because you just don't only pick women on beauty the older you get.
Oh, yeah, yes, you do, because that's why older men mess with younger women. They're still attracted to the beauty. They're still attracted to the body. So I disagree with you on that one. Rethink that one.
Well,
the older men, they go back and they reach for the young women.
Man, after you've been through a divorce and after you've been drugged through the ringer a few times, you tend to be hesitant and just strictly picking a woman off her beauty. But I'll let you go with that. I'll let you go because there's a lot of women out there who think like that. So I'm not gonna bash on you too hard. But
you know, that's reality. Your younger men like older men like younger women for one reason. They're not intellectually stimulating. They like their beauty. They could care less about her mind or her money. They like her beauty.
So says Caprice. They like her beauty. Coming up, guys. What? Go ahead.
You know you do.
Sometimes. I mean, I ain't gonna mess with no twos, threes, fours. You know, every now and then there's a 5 down there, but.
So you don't think just because a woman is a 2, she would not be able to add something stimulating, intellectual, and she could get your heart?
No.
Please.
No.
It happens.
No.
Why do you think you see these real handsome guys with just okay looking women? It happens. We don't always
because he don't rate her as a 2.
We always because she got into his heart. She captured something else. She brought more to the table just than physical beauty. Come on.
So says Miss Caprice.
Yes.
Only
with us. Every beauty needs
thus said Miss Caprice.
You know I'm right.
Coming up, guys. Our next segment is You Are an Idiot. You are an idiot.
You're an idiot.
Why you come out here without my baby?
And why are you recording me? Baby in the house.
Why you come out here without my baby?
Don't you got a girlfriend? Why don't y'all go make a baby? Why are
What
you
that got to do with my baby? Cause I got a girlfriend. What that got to do with my baby?
I don't want her around my kid.
But if you got a boyfriend, it's cool. So you
Why
can bring
are you
a boy.
worried about me? What the
So you can bring a boy, but I can't bring no girl around.
No.
So I'm paying $1,500 in child support and I can't see my baby.
No.
See?
See what?
See?
Why the fuck is you recording me? See what?
See?
See what?
Don't have kids. Y'all don't have kids.
Don't have kids. You gotta be careful who you have kids with. This is a mess.
First of all, I can tell how she's hanging over in the car, that lip ring that she got on, her shoulders, the way she's built, her devious demeanor, that she's a woman with a flat ass. That she's a woman with a flat booty. And guys and girls, guys and ladies, never trust a woman with a flat ass. I don't trust women with flat asses. These are the women, ladies, y'all think I'm serious. These are the women that's on your job that causes the most. You know I'm telling the truth, ain't I? Tell me I'm lying. Ladies on the job with the flat asses, they always cause the most drama.
That don't hold too, because flat ass women can buy asses now, so you cannot use that logic here.
No. That means underneath, if you see a woman walking around here causing a bunch of problems and she got a big ass, that means she was a flat ass woman before she got that BBL. Hey, I'm telling you.
Now you know you sounded like an idiot right now. You know that, right?
You. Notice. Notice. The girl, you know I'm telling the truth. The women in your group, your friends, and your friends, it's always the one with the flat asses that cause the most drama in the group.
Nope.
Out of all your friends.
Nope.
All your friends. Hey, now, hey, I'm not talking about if you got a little hump, then yeah, you can come in, but you gotta sit on the corner and we don't want to hear, you don't need to say nothing. Because we're looking at you sideways. But if you got a flat ass, you can't even come in the group, man. No.
About to hit you up for this because they gonna love you. About to put some of them on blast. Women gonna be going to get more BBLs than a little bit. Stop it.
And you see how she said, and you see how dude say he got paying $1,500 a month in child support.
Now, you know that he don't even sound like he got $1,500 a month. He lying.
He might don't. He might do. He might do. Or he might don't. But listen here. That's who take men to child support the most. Women with flat asses. If you go up to the child support office right now, you're going to see an office full of flat booty women in there. I'm telling you, they causes the most problems, man.
Stop it. Cut it out. Cut it out.
But for real, man, I think they just going back and forth with each other.
I think he collected that video to take her butt to court. And she's being an idiot. She don't realize it.
Probably so. You can tell how she's just so devious. I don't want her around my child. I don't want her around my child.
Well, he ain't short on it. Oh, I can have a girlfriend, but you can have a man. Oh, he sounds like he's jealous.
No, that sounds like me. That's what it sounds like. That sound like me, man. What you mean I can't have what I'm supposed to do? Hide my children? If I think the woman is sufficient enough to be around my kids, then yeah. But you can tell how she's just being devious.
My kids, I carried this child for 10 months, and no, you can't bring her around my kids. You know how that goes.
You don't have no flat booty, do you?
I don't know.
You sounding flat. You got flat booty energy.
What you like to know?
You got flat booty energy, man.
Booty out of this.
You got flat booty energy, man.
Mm-hmm.
Flat booty energy. What we got? Hey. Guys, coming up next is Pink Confessions.
Hi, Kevin and Caprice. Welcome to Pink Confessions. It's your girl, Kiana. Linda writes, last night, my husband Jay confessed to having an ongoing affair with his childhood best friend, Pete, a revelation that left him tearfully remorseful. This admission marked a rare moment of vulnerability for Jay, who typically only shows such emotion for fictional tragedies. Despite the deep betrayal, I find myself neither angry nor inclined to leave him. My love for him remains unchanged. However, Jay has made it clear he cannot end his relationship with Pete, placing the burden of decision on me. Adding to the complexity, Pete, also a close friend of mine, chose not to confront me directly, which stings profoundly. Caught in this emotional turmoil, I am unsure of how to proceed and would appreciate any guidance.
Now let me tell you how that letter should have read. My husband came and told me he was messing around with his best friend Pete. I'm ready to kick his you know what. What I'm going to do now? I don't have a job. I depend on him to protect me and provide for me. And now I got to compete with Pete. Bad enough, I got to compete with Sue, Mary Jane, the girl across the street, the whole around the corner. Now it's a Pete. Really? Where they do that at?
You're not competing with Pete.
Huh.
You're not competing with Pete, sweetie.
Please.
You know you're not competing with Pete.
Today's competition is stiff. I gotta compete with the women and the men to hold my
own. You competing with pussy. That's what you competing with.
No.
That's right what you competing with.
I'm competing with the wood. Did you not hear him?
No.
Pete got a wood.
Nah, there's a lot of pussy going on in this relationship here. He didn't added the pussy. Not a lot of nook. He still got the nookie, but all of a sudden, it's not more nookie. It's not. It's nookie and bussy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what are you supposed to do with that? Really, be honest.
I don't know. I don't know.
The matter of fact, when
I can't speak on that.
Since you say Pete, she gonna say, and Pete don't have the nerves to come and confront me. I got a bat for Pete. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna send her a bat. And when Pete come over, invite Pete to dinner, like you know I'm gonna do. Because remember now he's suffering too. Just invite Pete ass to dinner. And you know what you cooking? You know what Pete gonna eat tonight? He gonna eat some chitlins. He gonna eat some chitlins.
Man, I mean, what she expect? You know, I mean, she expect
Pete to stop riding her wood.
Yeah. Man, hey, well, have you ever had experience where you thought that was a man in your life and he could be, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, I think that about a lot of guys. Sometimes that's why I don't date. You know, I've dated one, that I thought had those tendencies, certain conversations that seemed inappropriate. Some of the internet porn that he liked was inappropriate. Yeah, it's questionable. Yeah, they hide. They present one thing. So, he married this woman under false pretense. He always had a thing for Pete. He knew it. So why did he marry her? See that down low brother? That's the one I don't like.
I bet that, and that's easy to get in the house too. It's easy for him to get some pussy in there. It's easy for a man. It's just my friend. He just gonna be crashing on the couch, dude. Before you know it.
That's why y'all be building the man cave.
Y'all.
Yeah, y'all be building the man cave.
No.
Do not enter.
No. I don't even like. Hey, I don't like your choice of words, y'all. You're using words like y'all in this in Pink Confessions tonight. Not in this Pink Confession. You're using the wrong kind of words. It's y'all. It ain't no y'all.
Males, those undercover brothers.
Yeah, say that.
Pete.
Say that.
Those Pete's.
Yeah, because I'm fresh and fly in this thing.
Pete's.
Yeah.
I'm all for the ones who are out in the open with their sexuality, and but those I have a problem with.
Yeah, I don't got no problem, man. You can do whatever you want to do, man. I'm not finna get on here and be bashing nobody because of their sexuality, but that's just not me. And I like to say that up front, so that's not me. I don't go around bothering them brothers, but hey,
deception. But deception is it's horrible on any level. Whether,
Mhm.
it's a man deceiving a woman deceiving a man, two men deceiving, or two women deceiving. It's hard to take. This woman says she still loves her husband, and the two of them have deceived her. Would be no different if it was two women.
I think it's a lot. It's. I think the hurt is no different than it'd be two women, but I think the situation and how she go about handling it's gonna be different, being that it's a man,
So
and
she,
how she perceive it is gonna be a different because it's another man. I mean, just the whole thing of, I mean, if it was another woman, if he had a female friend and she wanted to crash over, she probably would never go for that. She probably stopped that right at the gate. But being that it was a man, he could slide right on in that thing, and she wasn't even paying attention. She didn't even think something like that was going. But let me ask you, do you think deep down inside she probably knew?
nah,
You
she
know,
didn't. Come on, everyday people act. Deception is all over. So people are able to fool you. That's one of those things that you can't see. And then remember, love hide all faults. She's still, even with that, that is
mhm.
like most people would know what to do. Most women would give up on that marriage. And she says she still loves her husband. So this is a true example of love conquers. It hides all faults. So she's ready to still give it a go at this marriage. Now, how's she gonna do it? I don't.
Lord Jesus, Lord Jesus,
I
help us
don't know.
all. Help us all.
Maybe Pete like girls, and you know, you know, maybe the three of them could be happy together. A little party going on.
Now I don't even want to think like that. You gonna make me stop the show, man. You finna make me stop the show.
Come on, be open minded. She got two
The
men.
hell you say?
She
The
got
hell
two
you say?
men
Listen,
now.
like I say, man. Hey, I ain't bashing nobody, but that ain't that. I'm not. No, I don't wear that jacket.
She got two men, and they both know about each other.
I bet they do. Coming up next, guys, is the news.
We start the day off with news involving the Turkey Leg Hut. Nakia Holmes, co-founder of Turkey Leg Hut, filed for divorce from Lynn Price in May 2023 amid allegations of abuse and financial mismanagement. In a revealing Instagram post, Holmes accused Price of emotional and mental abuse and cited financial issues as reasons for his termination and subsequent layoffs. These issues have notably affected the business's stability, for which Holmes has expressed regret to her employees. In 2024, after Price announced his firing due to financial discrepancies, a judge mandated the couple to pay over $900,000. Furthermore, a fire at the Turkey Leg Hut's business office in March 2024, under investigation for potential ties to the marital dispute, has added another layer of complexity to the ongoing turmoil surrounding Holmes and Price. And that's the word on the streets. Now back to the show.
See, this is why you don't mix business with pleasure. Now they're about to lose their whole marriage. Why? Biggest thing, mixing business with pleasure and finance. Money is always an issue next to infidelity.
Why is it that every time, most of the time, I ain't gonna say every time, most of the time on a lot of these podcasts, we hear guys professing they love for women. But once they profess they love, these are the things that they say. They say, I wasn't a man until a woman came in my life. And then the next thing is, well, what did she do to elevate you? Well, we started a business together. I didn't start getting money until I got with my wife. I didn't start being the best man I could be financially until I got with my wife. We started this business. We started that business. A lot of these guys constitute being a good woman or finding a woman by how she's able to help them in the business. Now, in this case, like always, and just like you said, it always starts out good. It always starts out good. But what
Well,
happens? Go ahead.
well, this is because we're in this era of power couple. Everybody wants to be a power couple right now, and first don't even know whether they're a couple. So many times women are not prepared to be wives, as men are not ready to be men. Now, they've come together, two that probably had enough to start this business, an idea, and maybe a little money. But individually, they were not prepared. She was not prepared to be a wife, because then she might have approached this differently. And he wasn't prepared to lead, because just the fact that he fondled the money allegedly tells you, are you ready to lead? See, that's discipline. Being able to have and to hold on to what you have and manage it appropriately requires discipline. And not every man is prepared for that. And a woman, she wouldn't have had to oversee him and probably be, overzealous and watching him that way had she known he was man enough and secure enough to do the things that he needed to do to make this business successful. So they wasn't prepared. Not only were they not prepared for business, as you can see, they wasn't prepared for marriage, as you can see.
Now, I hadn't heard or I hadn't read anything, and y'all can please excuse me because I hadn't seen anything that he said, but it may be something out there or reports out there or from a statement that he made. But of course, when things start going wrong and we only have one side speaking, it's abuse and mismanage of money. But most of the time, when I find in relationships and couples where there's a lot of money involved, it starts out with both of them are spending money. He's spending money, she's spending money, the trips, the cars, the houses, all those different things. It's not until the money start running low where they start looking at where the money going and then pointing the finger. That's why I'm always. But I did see a video where this guy was in a restaurant yelling and screaming at some ladies in there twerking. So he do. I mean, if I own a restaurant, I wouldn't have been doing it like that, yelling and screaming at my customers and all that there. I would have politely asked them to leave. If they want to leave, I'd have picked up the phone, called the police, have them escorted out because I wouldn't have wanted to disturb the rest of my customer. But it did show a little aggression. It's kind of guy that, like, I don't know. I ain't going to say a street. I don't know the guy. But she did report abuse. Now, a lot of women, I do notice this, women tend to mislabel abuse with mistreatment.
Well,
now, go ahead.
Not only reported of her, it was reported of her and the kids. And so the kids are able to speak. And sometimes in your anger, maybe both was spending, but maybe he was overspending because remember now he's been the one accused of misappropriation of funds, allegedly. So in that case, some men don't know how to channel that anger. So when they go out and they realize that they've messed up, and it's going to hurt the family and the business, they come home aggressively and they take that aggression out on the family because they don't know how to deal with what they've done. The overspending or whatever the situation could have been. And so maybe that is the case because kids can speak. So if it was just her, I would say maybe, but we never want to underplay abuse. But when you say this man was abusing me and my kids, that's some aggression. And as you say, what you observe him do in the restaurant with the ladies can be hinted towards his aggression. So there may be something there to that.
Now, I don't know. I don't know. And you could be right about that. Now, that was a judge. A judge ordered him to pay $900,000. But to who? Now, my guess
Who's paying?
I think that's the reason why, it's suspected, it's suspicious.
Who was ordered to pay it? Together or him?
Yeah. I can pretty much, I don't know this, but I'm just going to speculate. That's probably payroll taxes right there.
Probably so because
that's payroll tax. And like I said before, they will throw your butt in jail quick messing around with employees. Payroll taxes because you got to send that to the IRS.
And that could be true because there's employees.
I mean, who else would they be paying to? Unless they owe, what then they might get owe the employees $900 something. But man,
and the employees,
wait.
They haven't been paid 3 and 4 weeks. I don't know
What?
why they still come to work.
3
Because
and
I
4.
wouldn't for nobody after the first issue.
Yeah, that don't sound right because ain't
The
no
been shut.
ain't no employees, and I know they ain't got that many employees enough to where it's then almost mounted to $1 million you hadn't paid, because what employee is going to stay with you that long for you not to pay them
Well,
at all?
it might be like some of those other restaurants where they hire family, and family will drag in there with you for, a while, 2-3 weeks. And at that time, not realizing, hey, 2 or 3 weeks, that's happened to multiple people, and think about if somebody quit because they wasn't getting their money, then that means somebody might have been there working that overtime to stick by them.
Unless that was maybe a lawsuit, but the payroll shouldn't add it up to almost $1 million. That's
No time people
like,
would hours in on their feet for these people. That's crazy to me.
so if you had what? I don't know. He would have to have a lot of employees for that. But nevertheless, he got to pay the money back. And a fire broke out mysteriously.
Yeah.
A mysterious fire broke out,
So
and
now the people are
you going,
unemployed and how to find jobs.
you're going through a divorce. Judge then ordered you to pay back nearly $1 million, and so your restaurant catch on fire and looks a bit suspicious.
Yeah, very. But
If I was it, go ahead.
and all those things can be very emotionally disturbing, and that's when you start to look at the emotional man, which can that's the danger of having a man that's emotional and can't deal with his emotions, because they become physical aggression. So
I don't know. I think you leaning on him too hard, because
oh,
we only got but one
but
side of the story now.
you would say
This
that
is all we got is one
you would
side, because when women are quick to run down there and start filing all kind of report down at the police, and she's probably a flat booty woman. I
oh,
bet you that much.
stop
I
it,
bet you
stop,
she's a flat booty.
stop
They
it.
run down to the courthouse, file it, and the first thing is abuse. And where all the money went? Oh, you spun it up. I'm not saying this dude didn't. I'm not saying all I'm saying is
Let-
let's wait and hear both sides of the story before we start man bashing.
look at that
Before you start man bashing,
look at that nice Rolex on his arm and that polo shirt.
She looking pretty. Look at that hair.
Mm-hmm.
It's about $700 on her hair. Probably more than that. I'm not first on hair, but I heard this can be pretty expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
there's a lot going on here.
It's not becoming of you.
Well, she fired him.
So look like they're gonna look like she's trying to divorce him. And that's the thing. So now all the money gone. That's what I'm talking about. Now that all the money gone, now the police reports start coming. Now the reports start coming out.
No, you're right. You spend all my money and you think you're gonna sleep up in here? You gotta find you somewhere to live, because you ain't living here. You ain't gonna spend all the money, whoop my butt, and think you gonna stay with me. Oh no.
So why if there was abuse to the kids and there was why haven't there been any police reports?
We don't know that. We don't know that.
Well, whoever wrote this story should have did more research. And I would have think to have any kind of credibility, they would have done more research before they wrote this piece.
Well, we don't know. This is just a glimpse into it. So, we still got a lot more to go. So I'm sure there's going to be a lot to come out when we find out how the fire started and all the good old stuff he's been doing. I'm sure there's going to be some other stuff.
Well, Caprice man bashing to be continued.
That's right. Of course.
To be continued, guys. To be continued. Let me get my seductive voice going.
Oh my goodness.
Let me get my seductive voice going.
Come on with it.
Ladies, gentlemen, our next session is called or rather, our next segment is called Midnight Seduction.
Woo.
I feel like we've come to the end of an era where men are not allowed to have 5 to 10 minute sessions. That's not long enough. I've been seeing a lot of these videos with women saying guys need to go at least 5 to 8 rounds. Not saying that people can't, but is it necessary? Some would argue that if you give it to someone properly, that you won't need any more rounds. So I got a question. Is going the 5 to 8 rounds because that person is not fully satisfied yet? Or is that person just being greedy? I don't know. 5 to 8 though, that sounds like work hours for some reason. A lot of you women are like robots. There's no shut off. There's no amount of tire in you. The energy is just ever flowing.
Yes, he's talking about me. Energy ever flowing.
Energy ever flowing. Energy ever flowing.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
So, is it my desires or because I'm greedy or because I'm not satisfied? What you think?
I think that you're not satisfied. And of course, I would say something like that.
Of course you would.
Mm-hmm.
Now, why can't it be that I'm just greedy? So what you trying to say? My man don't please me? Huh?
Well, if you need more rounds and then maybe he's not pleasing you. Maybe. I don't know, for some reason the sound has went out. There we go. I'm sorry.
I could still hear you the whole while.
You can still hear me?
The whole while.
Let me put the graphics back up. May not. I may not. The graphics may not work. Can you hear me again?
I see the graphics and I
There
can
we
see.
go. There we go. Now we're in business. So if you're not satisfied, or if you can you be unsatisfied, and would that be considered greedy if you're unsatisfied and you need more?
Well, yes, that's greedy. That's, you think about anything. If I feed you a good meal and I know I gave you enough,
Mm-hmm.
you should be satisfied.
I should be satisfied.
Yes, if I feed you a good meal,
Mm-hmm.
all you could eat, you should be satisfied.
But would
But if
not be.
eating, you're greedy.
Sometimes greedy is good.
Oh, yes.
I like being greedy.
You like being, you a greedy man?
Very greedy.
Oh my goodness. But are you able to satisfy? How many sessions does it take?
I'm a pleaser.
You're a pleaser?
So, yes.
So as many as she needs.
As many as she needs.
You sure about that?
Oh, I'm positive. Now, I have fell short one time.
You're admitting that?
Well, of course.
Only
Listen, I shoot a high percentage.
you
I
shoot.
don't make every shot. I haven't made every shot, but I'm very good at what I do.
Oh my God, ladies, he says he shoots a high percentage. That
Yeah,
can be scary. Ooh, shooting a high percentage?
high percentage.
Oh my goodness. Yes. And what are you shooting for?
Satisfaction.
Satisfaction. And how do you know when she's satisfied? What is it that you need?
When she's satisfied, she looks at me and she smiles and giggles. I always know when she smiles and giggles.
I
She
gotta stop.
smiles and giggles.
So
She smiles and giggles.
What about says your name? Do you like it when she says your name?
Yes. Yes. Saying my name is a must.
It's a must.
Yeah.
Well, have you been seduced?
I think I have. I think I've been seduced.